If you'd like to see the original video that kicked all of this off, please, watch through the end to the end, and you can see how this situation was handled by the customer service rep. I will say that this video is half the length of the original, and even at this length, it could have been 60 seconds shorter. The original. This situation went on way too long. And now that I've made this edit, I'm going to get into it. So this TikTok, I'm slightly incandescent with rage, not completely, but it's a spectrum at the moment. It has levels and degrees and, bell curves and all sorts of things. So I'm upset for the woman who's filming the video. I'm upset for the Black woman who's tried to step in and help. But mostly, I am really annoyed with the manager or whoever it was, the employee that came over and handled the situation so poorly. And then I realized, I keep forgetting, that for most white people, they're not talking about race in a mixed setting, usually unless there's some kind of emergency or crisis or issue that's become public. So there's a lack of practice here, and I keep having to remind myself of that. So here's what I'm going to say. I do not care about this lady going off in the aisle. She is a screaming child to me, and I choose to ignore her, because there are always going to be people like her popping up. The problem that exists is the rest of white America struggle to deal with these people when they do pop up. So let me fix this for the Walmart manager. You hear this from your aisle, right? You hear this from your office, and you come out and you see this woman slinging racist garbage everywhere. Now, if you work in a place that claims that there's no place for racism in it, you kick her out. You ask her to leave. You say to her, I am sorry, ma'am, but that type of behavior is not acceptable in our store. Please leave. And that's it. She doesn't get to go off eternally. And if she doesn't want to go, you call security and she goes. It is very simple. My frustration is with the person who tried to step in without ever addressing he addressed her loudness, but not how offensive her language was. He's like, you are too loud. You're causing a scene. And both of those statements say to me that the issue is not about the two women who are under attack, but about disrupting the rest of the nice white people in the store. You know what I'm saying? That's what it makes it sound like. And unfortunately, that often is the point, because people forget that the people who are being attacked are also human and experiencing a traumatic moment. And instead of coming to their aid, they get in their own feelings about how the other white people are going to feel and start trying to message according to them. And you'll see this most obviously in situations where a public person has had to apologize for. I remember reading a Twitter thread where a writer, said something racist on her Facebook group, and a bunch of Black women were calling her out on Twitter. And do you know who she apologized to? She apologized to the white women who are also calling her out, not to the Black women. She's like, she added and apologized to the white ladies, just skipped right over. And that is a pattern. It's a habit. It's something that we do in this country a lot. So let me say, managers, customer service types, if someone goes off like this in your store, it is violent. It is vile. And if you have a company policy which is about anti-racism or says that there's no place for racism, then there's no place for that consumer in your store, and they need to leave. Because I promise you, you will quietly lose more people Because while a lot of white people don't feel empowered to stand up and say, oh, I don't like this, they're programmed to stay away from discomfort. And so if they can find a Walmart, if there's a Walmart that's a little further away, they're going to go there. Because, at least for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And for people of color, we had Walmarts in my town when I was growing up. We had a Walmart in my town where they followed black people around, and we just stopped going for a while until they got that under control. So you're going to lose people who are not going to come to you and say, this is why you're losing us, because they won't even be completely aware of it. So it is better for companies to nip this stuff in the bud. And it's really, really simple. You use the same techniques that you were taught to use around any other issue where a customer is exhibiting behavior that is disruptive and dangerous to the rest of the rest of the people there, because that is what this woman is doing. So you kick her butt out. I don't care about her, because she is who she is. She's going to do what she's going to do, and there's always going to be someone like that. The issue that I have is, what do we do to deal with it effectively? I couldn't stop myself from getting on here, so I just had to offer that, and I'm done. Everybody take care.
Your mouth. Go back to
Listen,
Mexico.
I said, excuse me.
Go back, wherever you're from.
I said, excuse me. Don't be rude.
You're the one that's rude.
No, I said,
Yes, you
excuse me.
are.
I'm trying to buy
You're in
something.
America.
So?
You're in America.
So what?
That's none of your business. Stay out of it.
I don't need to stay out of it.
I said,
Yelling
excuse
loud
me.
enough for everybody to hear. Stop being ignorant.
A nigger's
Seriously.
calling me ignorant.
Oh,
Yes.
my
all this
goodness.
Go back to Mexico and all that stuff.
oh
Yes,
my goodness.
absolutely.
You are
Yes.
very rude.
No, you're the one that's rude.
I said, excuse me, because I'm trying to grab my medicine.
You told me. You know what you told me, and I ain't
Yes,
gonna put up with it.
I said, if you don't like it, I'm
Just go
sorry.
on. Just go on. Just go on. Get your stuff and
Whatever.
Get out of here.
No, I'm
And then
not
go
gonna
back
get
to
out of
Mexico.
here. No, I'm not.
Are you
Because
gonna
this
stand
is
here
my
and
country.
argue?
Yes, this is my
That's not
country.
your
Oh,
country.
yes, it is.
No, we don't
Oh,
want
yes,
you
it
here.
is. I don't care.
We don't want you
I don't care what you want or not.
We do want you here.
Leave me
That's
alone.
not true.
No.
Yes.
How
We want you
rude.
here.
How rude.
Get her to
No, ma'am.
leave me
This-
alone.
This is inappropriate.
They killed her.
Yeah, tell her.
No, ma'am.
Tell her.
It's
I
inappropriate.
said, excuse
Speak
me.
for the store.
I'm not here for the store.
You're in the store.
I'm spending money in the store.
So am I.
Correct.
Uh-huh. So we're both
Please
customers.
go. Please go.
Oh.
Get out of here.
How rude.
Let's come back. Let's come back.
Are you serious?
Oh, where?
Shut up. Are you... Does she honestly still have a right to be
No, ma'am.
here? Okay.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, ma'am. This is inappropriate.